Guys, this is Lucas with Electric Spokes and Ego Depot. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Addmotor M360 semi-recumbent bike in the really beautiful blue color. So I thought let's have a look at it together and see what it looks like. See what it has and see what the specs are. Take it for a ride. It's comfortable to ride. It's got the big fat tires and get around my area on this road that I live on, around my property, and that sort of thing. That is why I chose this particular model. Not to mention it's comfortable. So yeah, let's have a look and see what we got here. This is the M360 semi-recumbent. I've had several e-bikes over time, but this is a semi-recumbent, one of the first, and I really liked it. It's very comfortable to ride. It's enjoyable. It's got a lot of power. I like that it's got the big fat tires on it. I really like that it has the 16x4 tires. That's great for getting around my property, around out here in the country where I live. And it's got a nice basket on it. Came with some accessories we'll talk about here in a minute. First, basically, I want to just go over some of the specs of this bike because that's pretty important. It is a Class 2. This bike has a 750 watt motor. It's got a 48 volt battery with a 20 amp hour. That's pretty big. That's a pretty good sized battery. That's some get up and go there. It's got up to an 85-mile range. Of course, that 85-mile range is going to be in the like maybe setting 1 and you're doing some pedaling. It's definitely not going to do that if you're, pedal to the metal. But that's a pretty good range for a electric bike this size. It is UL listed, UL 2271 and 2849. So that's really good. If you get caught in the rain, you should be fine. You don't have to so much worry about it getting wet or whatever. I mean, you don't want to leave it in the rain. You don't want to leave any e-bike in the rain or, neglect it. But, I mean, if you're out and about and you get caught in the rain, that's okay too. It looks like it has about a 380-pound capacity, which is a pretty good capacity, nearly 400 pounds. I believe that would satisfy most riders that would be looking for something like this. It has up to a 20-mile-an-hour top speed. Now, the thing about this bike, it's good for people that have back issues, mobility issues, knee issues. I've had back surgery before in the past, so this makes it really comfortable. I know somebody that has had double knee surgery that has one of these, and he enjoys it because he's able to use it to pedal with his knees. On a regular bike, he can't get his knees up and over, so this is something that he can get his knees up and over on. The majority of our customers that have bought these bikes right here are people that were older or had some sort of disability or physical challenge, and this allowed them access to ride out on the trails and enjoy the outdoors without compromising their health or safety or comfort. So it's a really good bike for that reason. As of today, during the filming of this video, the bike is on sale for $28.99. That's middle of the road for a trike. I think that's pretty reasonable for a semi-recumbent, to be honest with you. I've seen much more expensive, I've seen much less expensive. Personally, I wouldn't buy anything that would be under $2,000 because the quality just kind of goes off a cliff at that point. This bike here it's good quality. I recommend it to all my customers that want something that is like this for them. It really gives me joy to see people be able to get out into the outdoors and not feel restricted because of their health or physical limitations. Comes in several colors. This here beautiful blue, kind of a lime green It looks like about a lime green and orange and white. Personally, I would like orange, but they didn't have it at the time I bought it. It was out of stock, so I got the blue one. Blue is just as good as orange, but orange is my favorite color. So yeah, I mean, red hair, orange, just goes together. What can I say? As of the filming of this video right now, you're actually going to get a bunch of free accessories. Let's take a look inside the basket and see what it comes with. First thing you're going to get is an air pump. It's just a foot pump, but hey, a pump is a pump. You never know if you're going to need that. Of course, it comes with the charger. And at our store at Ego Depot, we write the VIN number of the bike on the box of the charger, what it is and what color it is. So God forbid if something should happen, you'd have the VIN number written down somewhere safe that you can reference it if you ever need to. So, and if for some reason that you lose your box to your charger, it's really important to write down that VIN number somewhere and put it somewhere safe. That way, if something should happen to your trike, if it's taken or something like that, you have a VIN number to follow up with. And the next thing that you're going to get out of the accessories right now is a cleaning kit. Looks like it, let's see what it comes with here. It comes with a thing for cleaning the chain, a brush to clean the bike off, the chain, the wheels, or whatever. It's going to come with, this is another tool for cleaning the chain. And it's going to come with a little dust cloth, a little brush for cleaning as well. So everything in this bag is meant to help maintain your trike for cleanliness. It's really important to keep your trike clean, especially when it comes to oil and dirt and salt, water, and sand. I've seen many a bike come into my shop that were needing excessive amount of work because they were so badly rusted. Just the other day I did a customer's bike. I had to completely redo the brakes because their brakes were completely just rusted. And that was, the customer had told me that they ride their bike on the beach quite frequently, and unfortunately that was the cost. The brake discs are steel, and unfortunately they just rust very quickly. So cleanliness is very important. If you're going to ride your trike on the beach, which it's meant for, that's by all means, please do that. You just want to make sure you take care to clean it afterwards. You don't want that salt air or salty sand or whatever sitting on the chain, the discs, the brake pads can get corroded. It's really important to take care. And you don't want to wash your bike. You don't ever spray your bike with a garden hose. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a cloth, get some bike wash and spray it onto the cloth and wipe your bike down. And as for the chain and the discs, for the discs, I suggest using rubbing alcohol. I use 99.9% pure alcohol because I don't want water in there. I just put it on the cloth and I wipe the disc off. It also gets rid of the brake dust, which is a contaminant that could also harm your brakes over time, and it just keeps your bike clean and well maintained. As for the chain, you can use some degreaser. Again, spray some degreaser in a rag that you don't care about. Wrap it around the chain in your hand and pedal backwards, and that chain will go through the cloth and you can take off the excess grease, sand, and dirt and whatnot. And then you're going to want to use bike chain lubrication, and you just lube the chain. After you lube the chain, you cycle through the gears, and that lubrication will be delivered to the sprocket and the freewheel and the sprocket. You do not want to put lube on the freewheel or on the sprocket. You just want to put it directly under the chain as you're pedaling the chain backwards, to avoid getting lubrication in places that you don't want it. Also, if you put it all over the place, when you start pedaling, that lubrication is going to fling off and get all over your bike. It's going to make a big mess. It gets dirty, and you don't want that. Also, do not use WD-40 on your bike chains. I don't care what anybody says. This is my personal preference. I think WD-40 is terrible when it comes to bike chain lubrication. It's got its other purposes, but for this, no. It's too sticky. It attracts dirt, sand, and grit, and grime sticks to it. I've had chains come in that were lubricated with WD-40, and they literally just sounded like I was grinding rocks together when I twisted the chain to see if it was clean or not. It rusts easily. It's just a real nightmare. Please use designated bike chain lubrication, and the best one that I believe, in my personal opinion, is ceramic wax. That's the best, in my personal opinion. Whatever you do, that's great, you do you, but if you want a good performing lubrication on your chain, use ceramic wax bike chain lubrication. Another thing that it comes with here is a water bottle. It kind of helps you to remind you when to drink your water. So it's Addmotor water bottle. And then of course you got your paperwork. So you got a bunch of QR codes for studying information. You got your booklet, your owner's manual, just like on a car. You got a nice little owner's manual here you can flip through. It's in color. That's a nice looking owner's manual. That's pretty well made. A lot of these owner's manuals that come with some of these bikes are crappy. This is nice. It's color, gloss pages, easy to read, very well done. Yeah, I like that. And then of course you have, this is basically a rider quick reference guide. Gives you a bunch of specs about your bike: seats, handlebar, brakes, battery, tires, chain and drivetrain, axle bolts and other fasteners. The bike, you know, just all kinds of cool information, how to start your bike, how to run it, a bunch of information here on how to use your bike. So really handy information, keep it handy. You never know when you're going to refer to it. Don't throw it away. If you ever decide to sell your trike, the customer that you sell it to will be very happy that you'll have this information. So those are the things that it comes with when you buy this trike, which is pretty nice. A lot of e-bikes don't come with much of anything. So let's talk about the motor. The motor is a 750 watt motor, and it's I believe it's Addmotor's own design. Yeah, it says Addmotor on it. It's a mid motor. In other words, the motor is underneath the seat between the wheels. It's not in the front wheel. I personally don't like it in the front wheel because I think that throws everything off. I like that the motor is underneath the seat in the middle. That seems like just a balanced place, like a mid motor on a Corvette or something like that. It just seems like a really good place for a motor. This has tri-brakes. They're mechanical brakes. You got front brake, and then you got two brakes on the back that come down and they split and they go off into two brakes, one on each side. You can upgrade this to hydraulic if you want to. It's a bit of an expense, but in my personal opinion, hydraulic brakes are superior to mechanical brakes. Also, hydraulic brakes are self-adjusting. Mechanical brakes need frequent adjustments to stay at their best. The battery is UL listed in Canada and the United States. It's up to 85 mile range, 48 volt, 20 amp. That's a pretty hefty battery right there. Take good care of your battery. You don't want to lose it, or you don't want it to get taken. They are expensive to replace. Also, when it comes to charging, you don't want to charge it every time you go out for a 15-minute ride, or if you go out for a 10-mile ride and it's at like 70% charge. It's better to let the battery get down to 20% or less and then recharge it. Now, it's not going to hurt it if you charge it after a short ride, but it's preferential that you let the battery get down to around 20% before you charge it, and charge it up to between around 80 to 90% or 100%. It's not going to hurt it, but in my personal opinion, is what I do is I don't charge my batteries until they're below 20%, and I charge them to above 80%. But I very rarely go to 100% unless I'm planning on a really long ride, and so that's really important. It prolongs the life of the battery. It's healthy for the battery. It's not going to hurt it to do otherwise. This is just a personal decision that you'll have to make, how you want to treat your battery. It's like your cell phone though. You let your cell phone die or get low, 20% or less, you charge it up to about 80, 90, 100%, whatever you decide, and then you use your cell phone, and that prolongs the life of the battery. This is a lithium battery with a battery management system installed, meaning that a little computer chip in there, a little computer board, a PCB, is basically monitoring the battery and doing the battery functions as needed to make sure that the battery stays optimal. The motor is a 750 watt motor, and it has 1400 watt peak motor power. That's impressive. From 750, that's almost double. Wow, that's really good. So yeah, 750 watt rear drive motor with a peak of 1400 watts. That's impressive. 90 Newton meter of torque. That's pretty good. That's a nice motor. Yeah, that sounds great to me. I'm really impressed with that. A lot of motors that are at 750 watt usually peak out around 1100. 1150, maybe 1200. 1400 is impressive. It is a semi-recumbent. Not everybody's going to like that style riding. Your legs are out in front of you instead of under you. I like it, but like I said, that is going to accommodate a lot of people with physical disabilities or physical challenges that prevent them from riding. In this particular case, this bike is going to allow them to ride and enjoy their day. It's got a front suspension fork up front there. So basically that's going to make the ride a little more comfortable. You go over some bumps or whatnot, depending where you are out in the country, the suspension is going to absorb some of the bumps along the way, make your ride more comfortable and enjoyable. You have a pet, you can put a pet in the back carrier right here. Make sure you have a little bit of a leash on them so your pet doesn't jump out. Another cool feature about the semi-recumbent, the Addmotor here, this is as a differential. Basically is what that means is that the rear wheels can turn at different speeds. So if you're going around a corner, one wheel can turn faster than the other, allowing for freedom of movement, and also it extends the life of the battery motor because it's not working so hard. So it does have a speed differential, which is fantastic. It has a parking brake as well. You just squeeze the handle, you push down the little button, and it locks the parking brake in, so the bike will not move anywhere when the parking brake is fully engaged, which is a really good feature. It's got a torque sensor, which is fantastic. Torque sensor basically senses how hard you push on the pedals. The harder you push on the pedals, the faster your bike goes, depending on what level you're in. So let's say you're in level 1 and you're pushing on those pedals, the bike will only go so fast. But if you're in level 5, 6, or whatever level you have, and you push on those pedals hard, that bike's gonna go. So it's all dependent on how hard you push on the pedals. Of course, if you don't want to pedal, and some people don't, you got the throttle available for you as well. This has a nice lighting package. It has a headlight, tail light. It says here it has integrated turn signals as well, so that's fantastic. Brake light, so it's good for visibility. If you're out riding one day and you get home a little bit later than you expected, you have at least lights to make your way home without, worrying about if someone's going to see you or not. So it does have a nice lighting package. It's got a 5-inch LCD display, which has a USB port as well, so you can plug your phone into it and charge your phone off your main battery. Also has multiple riding modes for your convenience. It's easy to see large numbers, and so you can be able to ride and comfortably see what gear you're in, or how fast you're going, or what your battery percentage left is. It's got disc brakes all the way around that we talked about earlier. Again, they are mechanical, but they are disc. Again, I personally prefer hydraulic, they're superior, but mechanical brakes on the Addmotor are good. They're very good. There are other bike brands that make mechanical brakes that are terrible, but on this particular one, they use high quality brakes. So this one has a couple of variations of sizes. You got a regular and a large. The large can accommodate a rider up to 6'5", and the regular can, or they call it standard, can accommodate a rider up to 6'6". Oh, sorry, the mini. The mini goes up to 6.5, so 6'5", and the standard goes up to 6'6". While on the lower end, a standard goes from 5'7", while the mini goes from 5'6". So there's about an inch difference there. Really not a whole lot. Tire size is on the standard 20x4, and on the mini 16x4. So this is a 16x4 right here. So this is the mini. It's got a 29.5-inch reach. Total length of the vehicle is, for the standard, 80 inches, 0.7, and the mini is 72.7 inches. So this is 72.7 inches. The wheelbase is 51.5 inches on this model right here. On the standard, it is 55.5 inches, so about 4 inches more. Total width, 31 inches. That's the same on the standard and the mini. Standover height on the standard is 26 inches, 7. And on the mini is 21.7 inches. So you got quite a few inches right there of standover height. Saddle height is 28.3 on the standard and 24.3 on the mini. Handlebar height, 45.2 on the standard and 41.2 on the mini. Has a rear rack. The dimensions are the same for both of them. It's a 21.6 length by 16.9 wide by 10.2 high. So you can accommodate a lot of cargo in this rack. It comes with this liner as well. You can put your pets in it, you can put a picnic in it, you can, whatever you want in it, extra battery, equipment, go to your grocery store, go to a friend's, go out on the town, you can just go shopping. It's got cargo capacity. so you can really go out and get things done. Charger is a 48 volt, 2.0 amp, 5-pin, standard DC charger. It's got, of course, we've already talked about it, 48 volt, 20 amp Samsung battery, which is Samsung UL certified. Samsung, as everybody knows, is a very high quality battery product. It's just not some fly-by-night, no-name Chinese battery cell. Up to 20 miles an hour, up to 85-mile range. Here's the weight. Now the weight, it's hefty. It's a big bike. It's 108 pounds. That is about as big as I've ever seen. My lifts, I have 3 lifts at the shop, and they all each can lift 125 pounds. So this bike right here is getting to the point where it's starting to stress out my lifts. So if I have to lift one of these, I remove the battery, I remove any excess weight that I can, and then I lift it with my lift while I'm doing work like brakes, tires, or whatever service it needs. It's got the torque sensor, Tektro-mechanical brakes, which is the best, and well, they're very high quality. I won't say they're the best, but they're the very, very high quality Tektro-mechanical brakes. 5-inch display, Shimano 7-speed shifting for your gear shift, so you got 7 gears. You got a 7-speed rear derailleur, which is basically a Shimano as well. You got KMC stainless chain, which is name brand KMC. Oil spring fork with 25 millimeter travel. So the forks that we were talking about earlier, it's got 25 millimeters of travel and it's oil based. It's a 606.1 aluminum alloy frame. It has variable speed control, 1/2 twist throttle. That means the throttle, the further you go back on the throttle, the faster it's going to go. So if you twist it back just a little bit, you go a little bit. If you twist it all the way back, off you go. It's aluminum double walled, so that means the frame is very strong. Saddle with backrest, that's this right here. This can be raised up and down. Has a 25 amp controller, 7-level pedal assist. That's pretty good. That's a nice option. I want to make a comment about changing the parameters in your system. It's not advised. These controllers and these motors, they're all meant to talk to each other. They all know what their limitations are. If you start getting in there and start changing things, you can burn things up, you can harm things, you can do things that's not intentional, but it can cause issues. I've seen other brands, not Addmotor, lesser brands, where the bikes are capable of doing higher speeds or higher torque. The customers change those settings and then the bikes end up breaking down because they couldn't handle it. So it's not recommended to change the settings except for maybe percentage on the speed per level. But as for turning up the torque or turning up the speed, it's not recommended. We won't do it for you. If you buy a bike through us, you have to do the research at home to change it. If you do, we don't recommend it. And if you do, it clearly says that you could void the warranty. The taillight's powered by the main battery and controller. It has a display with brake and light function. So parking brake, yep, and differential, yes. So that's pretty much the bike in a nutshell. It's a good bike. It's got a lot of features. It's got a lot of equipment. So let's take a look at it and then go for a ride. How's that sound? Alright, so this is let's just check the display here. You can just see that So let's go to 4. All right, so we're going for a ride now. We're out here in the country, riding the Addmotor M360 semi-recumbent on my little dirt road here. It's actually 2 miles long. I'm in 7th gear right now, and I'm trucking. It's very smooth. Even though the road's bumpy, it's still very smooth. I'm leaning up against the backrest and it feels really good. So yeah, I'm enjoying this bike right here. Yeah, this is a nice bike. Very comfortable, despite the bumpy road, very comfortable. This is the highway. That's the pothole I keep hitting every time. Here we go, full throttle. Are we having fun yet? Wow, got up to 28 or 21 there for a second. 20 is the max on the speed limit on this thing. I love living in the country. I do not like the city. Not that the city is bad, it's just not for me. I'm a country boy. Farm country out here. These guys over here have cattle. These guys have goats and chickens, and they got cows. Now, I didn't know that. That's new. And some horses back there. I love living in the country. Did I say that? Yeah, I already said that. Enough about the country and me. Let's talk about the bike. The bike is comfortable. It's fun to drive. It's easy to ride. And despite this bumpy road, it's comfortable. I know I keep saying that, but it is. I love this bike. I highly recommend it. If you're looking for a bike that's comfortable to ride, can go just about anywhere. Yeah, this is a great bike for people with disabilities or physical challenges. Maybe you had recent surgery on your legs or knee or something like that. Yeah, this is the bike for you. So my last thoughts on the bike is, like I said several times over, it's really comfortable. for people with disabilities. It's easy to ride. It's very quick. It's enjoyable. People that have physical challenges, they'd really enjoy riding it. And it's not terribly overpriced. I think it's a good price point. It's got lots of good equipment, the Tektro brakes, the disc brakes. It's got the motor that's in between the rear wheels. It's got the differential. It's got the powerful battery. You just can't go wrong with it. When I was just going up and down this road, when we went for this ride, it just, no problem at all. Just sailed down the road, no hesitation, no questions about its power. It was very capable. Right here at my driveway, I have a little sand berm, and it just went right over it, no problem. So if you want to be able to get a hold of this trike, you can actually contact our shop at egodepot.com. You can contact us through the website there, leave a message or email us, or you can give our shop a call, which is also, our phone number is found on our website. Motor dealer. We're also a full service shop. I'm LEVA certified, which is Light Electrical Vehicle Association, and there are other LEVA certified technicians across the country. I don't know how many are in my area, but I'm one of them. And I take fixing bikes very seriously. You've all seen my shop before in my previous videos. I love my shop, and I put a lot of love into it, and I wanted to make sure that I had all the right tools to do all the right repairs. So if you're ever having repair needs, our shop can handle it. We can handle as simple as a regular bicycle all the way up to a Saron or a Talaria or whatever you want. Thanks for coming along. My name is Lucas, and until next time, we'll see you then.